What's up, everybody? Back with another episode from the CarCast. I know I gotta get a better office, and I do, but the thing is, I'll tell you real quick, this is just so much more convenient, because, like I said, I'm basically meditating while I'm driving, so all the information, ideas, and everything, and the philosophy that I have, it all pretty much comes to a head while I'm driving. I don't know what it is. Say I'm like slightly distracted because I'm driving, and slightly distracted because I'm thinking, but together, like, I have so much brain power and ability with my brain that I can split it off into multiple, I can multi-thread like thoughts and stuff, which is a really good talent to hone, and everybody's possible. It's possible for everybody to do it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about religion and my thoughts on religion. Now, all right, getting over this first part, it's been said that people call me a flat earther, just because I have a very specific views on the universe, and they don't quite align with the traditional story of cosmology, astrology, and astronomy. I know it was my last video. It was said that I don't know the difference between astronomy and astrology, and that's just like, okay. It's so funny. It's so funny. I mean, seriously, like, why would I, really? Like, obviously I'm not going to answer that one. There's just no point. Like, why, really? I have to show, like, my credentials or some shit? I've been moderating the Flat Earth discussion group for over 2 years now. It's called the Flat Earth Revolution. I definitely encourage you to check it out. Whether you're legit or you're a shill or whatever the hell you may be, I mean, go check it out. I think that the people that are most critical about Flat Earth are actually probably the people that are most apt to believe or to understand it as the truth. It's just that there's a couple things that are holding people back from just full-on adoption of the idea or of the concept or of the knowledge of it. When you start to realize, when you start to ask questions, you start to realize that this Earth, it can't be a ball. I mean, look, I've debunked it, okay? Ask me how I debunked it. Like, we can do videos over and over about how I've come to debunk the bald Earth. And it's just, I mean, there's a lot of science and a lot of information that's come from here to there to where I finally get to the point where I believe something so crazy, right? It's so crazy. But what you have to ask yourself is it really that crazy? Seriously, they say that we live on a ball. Okay, that's pretty crazy. They say that we just float around in a fucking space. And that because this ball is big, it creates the ability for another ball to stay near it. And then because those two balls are so small compared to another ball, that ball is so strong because it's just big, that it sucks all those other smaller balls in. But those smaller balls are big enough to hold entire civilizations of life. Are you kidding me? Like, this is just... I mean, think about that. That's a concept that just makes no sense. The Big Bang all of a sudden just blew up and everything exploded out into nothing, from nothing into something. Are you kidding me? That's really preposterous. I don't understand how anybody gets to that mind frame. Unless you have a lot of faith in the people that came before you, and you're just a zealot to that faith. That's the problem that we have in this world. People are zealots. They become zealots to their faiths, whatever their faith may be. I mean, I've come to have my own faith, which has nothing to do with Scripture. It has zero to do with the Bible and Scripture and all that stuff. I look at the Bible and the story of God and everything as a cute, cool story. I don't look at it as an origin story. I don't look at it as gospel. I don't look at it as anything but other than like a depiction of the time back when the book was supposedly written. Which, guys, you don't know when that fucking book was written. I mean, King James Bible is supposedly the best version of the Bible. Well, says who? The people who read all those Bibles and they're like, you know what, this is my favorite version. Oh, I like this one the best. Like, all the other versions were just kind of shitty. Like, this one was written really good. You can tell the authors were really good in this one. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, no, this is not a fucking, it's not, I don't even know where to go with this. I'm just going to quit right there because it's stupid. In my opinion, it's silly. And sure, there's books that give us information about the past and everything, but that's not, I mean, you have to use your sense and ideas and what's going on in the world today to be able to decompress that information, to be able to understand what that information means. So my thought on religion from a perspective of a person who believes the earth is flat is I don't believe it. I just can't. And here's my thought, my ultimate thought about this, and people that are searching for God, okay? You know, people are always like, oh, you have to accept Jesus Christ. We have to believe in Yeshua, or you have to like follow the word of the spoken gospel and all this other bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And I don't think that that's something that is good for us. I don't think that you should try to idolize someone else or God, or live up to the standards of something other than yourself. I don't think that you should use, I don't think that you should have to pray to an external force to get the things that you want. I think that instead you should be internalizing that prayer and figuring out how to make your life better. I think that you should stand on your own and never have a crutch. I think you should never have to feel like you need to pray or to show homage or any of that stuff to a fucking external God. The only God that you need to think about is you. It's you and yourself. Because you're the only one that sets up your clothes and eats your food and sets up your life and puts your, and keeps your lights on and all that stuff. Who's doing that? God's not doing any of that shit. He said if God created all this stuff, then he created all of it and said, you guys do it. You guys have fun. Whatever. I don't care what you do. It's just, I gave you the ability to do it. Okay? So if that's God, then great. Okay. But at the same time, that means that, look, if that is what God is and that's been created, then why the fuck are we looking for God? Why are we searching for God? I mean, you could be saying to the same point, like, why are we searching to see if the earth is flat or not? Because the ramifications of understanding what the shape of our earth are so important that they need to be discussed and they need to be known. They need to be common fucking knowledge, okay? The fact that God exists or doesn't exist, or that there's a deity or any of this other stuff is ridiculous. It's not going to help you in any fashion on earth. I mean, plenty of people say that, being religious and everything is helpful. But that's because you practice a religion. That's because you congregate with other people. That's because you follow, a moral code and all this other stuff. That's what people are getting the benefit from religion from. Not because they believe in God. That's just silly. And you can challenge that all you want, but that's just how I feel, and you'll never, ever change it. I've had a spiritual awakening where I've left my body. I've seen things that you don't see on TV. I've seen things that people can't explain to you, okay? I've been down that road. And coming back from that, there is no need, in my opinion, there's just no need to find God or to even entertain the notion. Because I think it's a huge lack of hubris for us to say that God created us in his image. He created all this, everything that you see, he created. But then he also created us, the most amazing apex predator in the wild, to be, exactly like him, right? And since we're exactly like him, we have the ability to think about him, and thus we can search for him, right? That's just silly. That's just silly in so many ways. I mean, you have to you have to have a lot of fantastic faith and belief in something that's so abstract for you to make sense of religion in any way. So I don't follow any religion, okay? So anybody that, might say, oh, well, you're all flat earth people, they all believe in God, creation, and all this stuff. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not one of those guys. I'm actually one of the, in my opinion, and the people that are on Flat Earth Revolution, other moderators and stuff, we don't really consider God. I never allow scripture stuff to go through. Sorry, I mean, it's just not what we're here for. We're here for scientific understanding and discovery. Basically what religion says is that you can do everything you want in this world. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, God created you and he gave you the ability to do all that, right? So if that's the way it is, then really, why are we wasting our time searching for it? If the proof of God is everywhere, then why are we wasting our time? It's not helping us in any other way. Just the knowledge of knowing. I mean, but it's different than the knowledge of knowing where we live. And this is what you guys have to understand. The knowledge of knowing where you live is the most important fucking fundamental understanding that you will ever have in your life. Seriously. If you don't know that you live in a small neighborhood and there's a corner store over there, where are you going to go for your shit? If you don't know where the field is, where all the antelope are, where you're supposed to kill them for food, how are you going to know? How are you going to be fed? These are the most important things. How do you get out of the house if you don't know where the door is? I mean, seriously, I'm being very, very hyperbolic and rudimentary here, so that you can make you can understand it really simply. Okay, searching for God is not part of that equation, and I don't understand why anybody puts that much effort into it. There's something else to it, in my opinion. So, honestly, I like to bring it back to reality. I know people that believe the globe is real think that I'm outside of reality, and I'm just crazy, and that's fine. I really don't care about the critics or the cynics or the haters and all that, because I'm who I am. I'm a strong, confident person, and I don't take my cues from anyone. I've lost jobs because I didn't brown nose enough. I've been rejected from certain circles because I don't kiss ass enough. I don't follow the line. I don't toe it. This is not me. I have too much integrity and too much personal worth and value to myself that I'm not gonna idiotically follow someone down a dangerous path just because everybody else is doing it. It's like, oh man, that's just who I am. Okay, so comments be damned, commenters be damned, haters be damned, whatever. You can say anything you want. I don't care. I really don't care. To me, I actually know the in my opinion, the working model of the universe that I have. I have the working model of the universe that I don't think anybody's come up with. They say, oh, Einstein created equal m² square and all the great, he came up with all these crazy concepts in cosmology and in astronomy and in astrology and in theoretical physics and all these other different disciplines. And this guy was a patent clerk, right? He came up with one of the fundamental building blocks of our universe. There's big air quotes on that, by the way. And he was allegedly only a patent clerk. And here I am, a self-made guy who's making myself more and more every day. I don't have any fame. I don't have any fortune. I don't have anything I don't have a list of degrees. However, I'm rejecting the bullshit, and I'm able to see as clearly as possible. And that might be a little bit where I differentiate from other people, because everybody else is just too happy or eager to brown nose a person that's in front of them and ass kiss and do all that stuff. And this is not who I am. I'm sorry, I'm not. And maybe because it's a lack of faith in God or whatever. Maybe it's my lack of faith in things that are outside of my own spectrum of what it is that I can impart myself on. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying makes sense. But the point is that, here we are. I don't believe in religion so much. I mean, I believe in the people that believe in a organization. You could call it religion, or you can call it, a boot camp, or, a group of some sort. It doesn't have to be like a self-help group or whatever. I don't know. I mean, however you want to break that apart. But anyway, I don't need religion. I don't think anybody needs religion to be better in life. I think you just have to be concentrating. You just have to concentrate on being better and improving who you are at all moments, and trying to learn and trying to gain new perspectives. See, that's the thing about people that believe the earth is a ball. They just assume, oh, you know what, the science is in, we don't have to think about anything else anymore. But that actually is not science. Just so you know, I know, because a lot of people that are going to make fun of me or whatever, they don't have a clue what science is. They don't know what the scientific method is. They don't understand that science just constantly keeps rotating and you go through the scientific method, all those steps, and then when you're done with it, you don't just sit down and walk away and go on vacation. No. Well, you could if you want to, but I'm saying you start the process over again. It's a constant. Science is a constant. It's a constant squeezing of information. It's a constant. Okay, so you squeezed it one time and you got one result. Then you try it again, and you got a whole different result. Well, wait a minute. That means both of those results are objective. That means we have to try it again. And now we have to see what the results are again. Now, if the results show that the first time was right, or the second time was right, that gives us a clear indication, or more of an indication of what we can expect. We do that same test again, and now something completely unexpected happens. Now we know that we were most likely wrong in our assumptions and a lot of things. And how is that science? Well, we have to keep moving. We have to ask new questions and answer new answers and all these other things. The scientific method is constant, guys. So if you think you found something, you may make sense, and it may make sense right now. This is the science, what we have now. But when we have new technology and we're able to see science better, more clear, we'll be able to get to that point where we can debunk a lot of this crap. I don't know. That's it. I'm out of steam right here, guys. I just wanted to talk about religion a little bit. So let me hear what your thoughts are. Again, make fun of me all you want. I really don't care. It's actually kind of fun. But I would like to see what other people actually think, not like what people's comments are or negative, whatever. I would like to hear what you think. Do you believe in God? Do you not believe in God? Are you a globe earther who believes in God, or are you a flat earther who believes in God, or are you a person like from that category that doesn't? I mean, I don't know. I would love to hear what you think about all this and why. So we'll see you down in the comments, and other than that, I'll see you soon. So share me, like me, sub, and we'll see you soon. I just said that, didn't I?